morning, people. Beautiful people. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are again. I feel I need something in the background. I feel like I'm gonna go crazy here. But welcome, folks. Welcome to the Master Key System Part 1. I'm excited to bring this to you today. Yesterday I was looking really like a scrum. Yesterday I was looking like a real scrum, but today I says, if we're gonna start us off, let's start it off proper. You know what I mean? Let me look a little good today, at least for the first one. But anyway, let's get into this, folks. Let's get into this. So, the Master Key System. Now, as I said, we're going to do just one part every day. And the parts are not that long. Probably like 15 minutes, I would say. But I'll probably go a little longer as I dive in to try to explain these principles to the new ones who maybe never encountered something like this before. So it may take a little longer, but definitely not longer than the hour. So we'll have to start here with an attitude of gratitude. So just drop what you're grateful for in the chat. That's how we're going to start off every day here. Just drop what you're grateful for this morning and go like that. I am grateful to be alive. I woke up this morning. I'm alive and well. Oh, you gotta shake out all that fuzz that build up in your muscles while you sleep. You gotta stretch it out. Like a cat. When a cat get up, they just stretch out. Yes. Okay, so today we're gonna go through part 1. They don't really have names to the parts, but I actually do. I don't have it up on right now, so that's fine. We're just going to go with part 1. So, the introduction. It always begins with the introduction. So, I'm just going to read the introduction for you. So, it is my privilege to enclose here with part 1 of the Master Key System. Would you bring into your life more power? Get the power consciousness. More health. Get the health consciousness. More happiness. Get the happiness consciousness. Live the spirit of these things until they become yours by right. It will then be impossible to keep them from you. The things of the world are fluid, a power within man by which he rules them. Isn't that amazing? You need not acquire this power. Listen. You already have it. But you want to understand it. You want to use it. You want to control it. You want to impregnate yourself with it so that you can go forward and carry it before you. You already have it. Oh, this is amazing, folks. And this is just the beginning. Day by day, as you go on and as you gain momentum, as your inspiration deepens, as your plans crystallize, as you gain understanding, you will come to realize this world is no dead pile of stones and timber, but that it is a living thing. Especially in this scientific revolution we're in, we see the material world as dead, full of these mechanical forces that have no life. But it is not so. It is made up of the beating hearts of humanity. It is a thing of life and beauty. It requires understanding to work with material of this description. But those who come into this understanding are inspired by a new light, a new force. They gain confidence and greater power each day. They realize their hopes and their dreams come true. Life has a deeper, fuller, clearer meaning than before. So, with that, we shall begin part 1. So, that much That much gathers more is true in every plane of existence, and that loss leads to greater loss is equally true. Jesus said this. Jesus said, to whom has, they will be given more. And to who had not, even that which he had shall be taken away. And he described it in the parable of the talents. He gave these different servants these talents. And the two he gave more talents, they invested it and made more. But the one he gave 1 talent, he was afraid. He didn't want to lose the 1 talent, so he buried it. And Jesus said, you're a wicked servant. Takes the talent and give it to the guy who had the most. It might seem weird, why you would, that's not fair. But life is not fair. This is how life works, and we want to know and understand this so that we can control and master our lives. Right? We can't just continue walking around saying, life is not fair, it shouldn't happen, it's not justice, and all of these things. These hold us back. If we understand how nature actually works and harmonize with these laws, we could come into the abundance that we deserve. Mind is creative, and conditions, environment, and all experience in life are the result of our habitual or predominant mental attitude. I may not be able to convince you of this right off the spot, but if you stick with me, folks, as we go through this program every day, you will begin to understand this truth. Right? Everything came from our mental attitude. The attitude of mind necessarily depends upon what we think. Therefore, the secret of all power, all achievement, and all possession depends upon our method of thinking. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. This is true because we must be before we can do. And we can only do to the extent which we are. And what we are depends upon what we think. So it's a little cyclical there. But I'm telling you, folks, we are human beings, right? So you must be before you can do. It's natural. It's obvious, right? But we don't really think about that. You can only do what you are. So that's why thinking is the most important thing. It is the most important thing. It's not the only thing. It's the most important thing. We cannot express powers that we do not possess. The only way by which we may secure the possession of power is to become conscious of power. And we can never become conscious of power until we learn that all power is from within. We must learn and accept this beautiful truth that all power comes from within. So it's already inside of you right now. Oh my goodness. There is a world within. A world of thought and feeling and power, of light and life and beauty. And although it is invisible, its forces are mighty. Just like gravity. You don't see gravity outside. You don't. Where is it? I look around. People, these scientists, they've been telling us about gravity for so long. Where is it? I can't see it. We still haven't even found these gravitons. These particles that they presume exist. That gives the gravity its force. I don't see it. They haven't seen it. But they still believe in this thing. The forces within are no different. You can't see it. It's invisible. Maybe even intangible. But it exists. And it is powerful. And it's within you right now. The world within is governed by the mind. And when we discover this world, we shall find the solution for every problem, the cause for every effect. And since the world within is subject to our control, All laws of power and possession are also within our control. Is not that a beautiful thing? If you really internalize this and what it means, there's a whole world within that you can control. I mean, the world outside, oh, that may seem all messed up and weird, and yeah, you can't control that. So forget about it. Look inside, look within, because you could do something about that. So do it. The world without is a reflection of the world within. I've been telling people this for years. Hopefully some listen. What appears without is what has been found within. And this, if you accept this as truth, it may be difficult. It was difficult for me when I started. And I realized that, wow, everything outside comes from inside. So all the things outside I don't like or I can't appreciate is coming from inside. So I need to look inside and see where it is this is actually coming from. I need to become conscious. All of these things are happening right now, but we're just not conscious of it. That's the issue. We need to become conscious. We need to raise our consciousness. What appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, an infinite supply of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. If we recognize these potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without. And this is serious. The more you start to realize the power you already have inside, you start to see opportunities to express it outside. And it's going to be more, it's going to happen more and more the more you raise your consciousness. So this is a journey, folks. And we're on this journey together. I am no better than you, and you're no better than me. No one is better than anyone. Everyone is unique and on their own path, on their own journey. Right? I am just here to raise that conscious vibration so that we can have a better journey. We can enjoy the journey along the road to our destiny. And we can choose a beautiful destination to go to. Harmony in the world within will be reflected in the world without by harmonious conditions, agreeable surroundings, the best of everything. It is the foundation of health and a necessary essential to all greatness, to all power, all attainment, all achievement, and all success. Everything comes from within. They did not teach you this in school. They didn't teach me this in school. You gotta go and find your own school. The school of life, self-education. That's where you learn most of these things. Because they won't teach you this in school. No. In school they teach you that the teacher has the answer. You know? Ask the teacher. They know. I am telling you, the teacher don't know. You know. The answer is within you. You don't need to look outside. You don't need to go and ask anyone. You could find it within you. If you don't know how, okay. Keep listening. You'll find it. Harmony in the world within means the ability to control our thoughts and to determine for ourselves how any experience is to affect us. Really understand what that means. We are able to control our own experiences. A bunch of things can be happening, but how that affects you is up to you. You know, that's why two people can be in the same experience, the same circumstances, but they experience it differently. You know? You could go through the same thing, the exact same thing, and have similar backgrounds, everything. But it makes us feel differently. I can give you so many examples. But to be time efficient, let's just continue. If you have any questions, you can just drop them in. I'll answer them if I can along the way or at the end. Don't worry. But really understand this, what I'm saying. Harmony is a key. And harmony in the world within results in optimism and affluence. And affluence within results in affluence without. The world without reflects the circumstances and the conditions of the consciousness within. So everything you're seeing is just reflecting back to you, your conscious state of awareness. And you can change it. You can change it. If we find wisdom in the world within, we shall have the understanding to discern the marvelous possibilities that are latent in this world within. And we shall be given the power to make these possibilities manifest in the world without. You know, we all know that we have unlimited potential. I don't think there's a person I've asked in my 20 plus years. I don't think there's one person I've asked if they have unlimited potential and they said no. Or if they believe that everyone has unlimited potential and they said no. I mean, the closest I got to a no was one person saying that not everyone will. And it's true, not everyone will produce that potential. But they still admitted that they had the potential. So that is those are two great keys. We already have the potential, we know it. The only issue now is to express it. And that's what we'll be dealing with in this series. As we become conscious of this wisdom in the world within. You know, it's funny. I was talking to someone yesterday and they told me, you know, you're so wise for your age. You're so wise. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, am I really wise? I don't know. Maybe. I've heard it a lot. A lot of people have told me I'm wise, but I don't know if I'm really wise. I mean, to me, I feel like I kind of stupid sometimes. I do some dumb shit. I wonder, I wise? I mean, if I was wise, I'd be doing something smarter. But it's alright. You know? They say I'm wise because I just recognize that the power comes from within. And you can make that recognition and you can act on it as well. And you could do even greater than me. And that's the beautiful thing. There are no limits. The only limits are the ones we set up for ourselves. I believe I have. Okay, maybe later. I'm trying to be time conscious here too. So, as we become conscious of the wisdom of the world within, we mentally take possession of this wisdom. And by taking mental possession, we come into actual possession of the power and wisdom necessary to bring into manifestation the essentials necessary for our most complete and harmonious development. I'm giving you all the source here, the secret sauce. If you really want to change your life in a positive way, you're getting it here. Really listen to this. And then we have a little Q&A after. And then I'll give you an exercise. Or maybe I'll give you the exercise and then we'll do the Q&A. We'll see how it goes. So, the world within this beautiful inner space, it is the practical world in which the men and women of power generate courage and hope and enthusiasm, confidence, trust and faith, by which they are given the fine intelligence to see the vision and the practical skill to make the vision real. Life is an unfoldment, it's not accretion. It's unfoldment. Like the seed, the tree is already in the seed. Just put it in the soil, the right environment, you water it every day, and the seed unfolds and becomes this tree. Life is unfoldment, right? Your future is not ahead of you, your future is inside of you. It's wrapped up inside of you right now. That's why you can imagine your future. It's inside. All possession is based on consciousness. All possession is based on consciousness. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness. All loss is the result of a scattering of consciousness. If we really get this, our lives are going to change. It's going to change. It's changing. I feel it already. Life is changing. Life will never be the same. I love that song. Mental efficiency is contingent upon harmony, and discord means confusion. So think about that. I was thinking about this because there's this Discord app, right? It's popular now, especially in schools. And I was thinking about why they named it Discord. You know, because that means confusion. Like, why name it that? But anyway, that's topic for another day, right? Therefore, he who would acquire must be in harmony with natural law. We are related to the world outside, the world without, the external world. We are related to that by the objective mind. The brain is the organ of this mind, right? No, don't do that to me now. Okay. So the brain is the organ of the objective mind. And the cerebrospinal system of nerves puts us in conscious communication with every part of the body. Your brain, it goes through every part of your body, right? Your brain extends throughout your entire body, through all the fascia to your skin, and it just goes straight to the end, to the skin, right? Your skin is full of nerve endings. It began in the brain. So your whole body is in communication. And you are the commander. So what signals are you telling yourself? You know? A lot of people, they wake up, I don't feel so good today. You know, I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm just not feeling it. But this is how you communicating with your body. You're telling your body how to feel. You're telling your body, you know, don't feel good, feel sick. It may sound subtle, but I'm telling you, it works. It's the only way it could work. This system of nerves responds to every sensation of light, heat, odor, sound, and taste. Jenny said, my brother, big up yourself. It's been a while. I see you in a while, but we're back up and we're going strong. We're going to be going every day. We're going live every day between 7 and 8 for this month. We're going to go through this master key system. So thank you for joining me, you know. I appreciate you. When this mind thinks correctly, when it understands the truth, when the thoughts sent through the cerebrospinal nervous system to the body are constructive, these sensations are pleasant and harmonious. And it seems to me that this is what we want. I ask people just tell me that set of stuff, you know, I feel bad. I ask them, okay, do you like feeling bad? Most times they tell me no. So I'm like, okay, why are you feeling bad? Do you want to continue feeling bad? These are some important questions we really probably ask ourselves. But seek the truth and you will find it. We don't want to feel like that. We want to feel pleasant. We want to feel harmonious. We want to feel happy. You know, we want to feel enthusiastic, excited. We want to. So why not feel like that? And there's a way to feel like that. Yes, sir. Let's go every day. We're going to grow every day and get better. By the end of this month, oh my God, you may not recognize yourself. It'll be so powerful. I'm so excited for this. You don't even understand. The result is that we build strength, vitality, and all constructive forces into our body. But it is through this same objective mind that all the stress, sickness, lack, limitation, and every form of discord and inharmony is admitted into our lives. Right? We admit it. It is therefore through the objective mind, by wrong thinking, that we are related to all destructive forces. We are related to the world within by the subconscious mind. The solar plexus is the organ of this mind. The sympathetic nervous system, the sympathetic system of nerves, presides over all subjective sensations, such as joy and fear, love, all the emotions, respiration, imagination, all these subconscious phenomena. And there's a lot. So let's not go into all of it. It is through the subconscious that we are connected with the universal mind and brought into relation with infinite constructive forces of the universe. So it is the coordination of these two centers of our being, and we know we have these two centers, right? This is a common understanding. And if it is not common for you yet, that's alright. Keep looking, keep searching, you'll find it. Or just come back here every day and you will see. But it is the coordination of these two centers of our being and the understanding of their functions, which is the great secret of life. I'm giving it to you here right now. So should be count yourself blessed, because a lot of people not hearing this, a lot of people don't know this, and their lives just continue going on being the same way. And we don't want that. We want our lives to improve. We want to develop. This is the nature of life, to constantly grow. How tall does a tree grow? It doesn't stop growing. It continues to grow. It doesn't stop. It has no cap. Oh my. With this knowledge, we could bring the objective and the subjective minds into conscious cooperation, and thus coordinate the finite and the infinite. And this is where this is where life gets beautiful. When the finite and the infinite are in coordination, they're in harmony. All is beautiful. Our future is entirely within our own control. It is not at the mercy of any capricious or uncertain external power. We have this thing we call chance. I'm telling you, chance is just a name we give to something, to a law we do not understand or recognize. I have studied this for very long. I know what I'm talking about. I am a data scientist, and this is statistics is the main part of data science. This is what we study. I know what chance is. We say things are random. We don't even know what we mean when we say random, right? But I'll get into that another time. Just for now, no. Chance, there's no such thing. It's just a word we give to things we don't understand. So all agree that there is one principle or consciousness pervading the entire universe, occupying all space and being essentially the same in kind at every point of its presence. Essentially, there's a consciousness field. That's what this is saying here. It is all powerful, all wisdom, and always present. All thoughts and things are within itself. It is all in all. So that's what it's saying really. There's a consciousness field that pervades the entire universe. Just like there's an electromagnetic field that pervades the entire universe. We only are aware of a small part of this infinite spectrum in the electromagnetic spectrum. It's infinite frequencies. We see a small slice. It's the visible spectrum. But we know there's beyond. There's infrared below. There's ultraviolet above. And there's still more. The frequencies, they go on forever. Right? So even if you can't perceive it, you can't sense it, it's there. Same with this consciousness field, it's there. Everywhere. All power is always everywhere. So rest in it. Rest in its power. Feel its might. There is but one consciousness in the universe able to think. And when it thinks, its thoughts become objective things to it. As this consciousness is omnipresent, it must be present within every individual. Okay, I can't just keep stopping at every word, but every sentence here is blowing my mind. I hope you are having a similar experience. Just comment in the chats too if you're really getting this, really understanding the power of this. if you were to really apply this, what this could mean for you. Because it's within you right now. Each individual must be a manifestation of that omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent consciousness. As there is only one consciousness in the universe that is able to think, it necessarily follows that your consciousness is identical with the universal consciousness. Or in other words, all mind is one mind. And there is no dodging this conclusion. You could beat around the bushes all you want, you're going to end up here. There is just one mind. One mind. That's how we are able to connect and communicate, through time and space, because there's just one mind. I may be live now, but you may be watching me on the replay. So, even though we are not in the same time, we're still able to communicate, because there's just one mind. The consciousness that focuses in your brain cells is the same consciousness which focuses in the brain cells of every other individual. Each individual is but it's just an individualization of the universal or the cosmic mind. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you call it. It exists. It's there. Right? What matters is becoming and getting in relation with it, in a harmonious relation with it. The universal mind is static or potential energy. It simply is. It can manifest only through the individual, and the individual can manifest only through the universal, because they are one. The ability of the individual to think is his ability to act on the universal and bring it into manifestation. So you thinking is the process of acting on the universal mind. Human consciousness consists only in the ability of man to think. Mind in itself is believed to be a subtle form of static energy, from which arises the activities called thought, which is the dynamic phase of mind. So thought is this dynamic thing. Mind is just the static potential. So mind is the static energy, thought is dynamic energy. The two phases of the same thing. Thought is therefore the vibratory force formed by converting static mind into dynamic mind. For you, those more technically inclined, all this is saying is consciousness is a field, just like there's an electromagnetic field, and vibrations in this electromagnetic field is what we perceive as light and all the other phenomena. In the same way, there's this consciousness field, and vibrations in this consciousness field is what thought is, what we perceive as thought. So, as the sum of all attributes are contained in the universal mind, which is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, that means all powerful, everywhere, and all knowing. So all wisdom and power is everywhere, always. And these attributes must be present at all times in their potential form in every individual. And we recognize that. Therefore, when the individual thinks, the thought is compelled by its nature to embody itself in an objectivity or condition which will correspond with its origin. So when you think a thought, the thought corresponds with the object of the thought. So every thought, therefore, is a cause. Every thought is a cause. And every condition, an effect. And we know a lot about this law of cause and effect. So let's start using it for our benefit. For this reason, it is absolutely essential that you control your thoughts so as to bring forth only desirable conditions. We may look at the conditions of our life and say, I don't like this is not how I want it to be, etc., etc. But it is up for us to change the causes. If you keep looking at the effects, nothing will change. You just when you look at the effects, you start thinking about the effect, and that's another cause. But that cause is going to just lead to the same effect. because you were thinking about the effect. And it just makes a cycle. But you can change the cycle and learn that thought is the real cause. So you can produce any condition you want. It's like you see and you have a apple tree, but you want oranges. There's no way to go to the apple tree now that there's the apple tree already and get oranges from it. You want oranges, you go and plant some orange seeds now, and it will grow into an orange tree to give you oranges. That's how it works. So it should be plain now, right? All power is from within and is absolutely under your control. It comes through exact knowledge and by voluntary exercises of exact principles. So it should be plain that when you acquire a thorough understanding of this law and are able to control your thought processes, you can apply it to any condition. In other words, you will have come into conscious operation with the omnipotent law, which is the fundamental basis of all things. The universal mind is the life principle of every atom which is in existence. Every atom is continually striving to manifest more life. All are intelligent and all are seeking to carry out the purpose for which they were created. But a majority of mankind lives in the world without. Everybody is just living in this external world. Few have found the world within. It's so marvelous to me. Everybody has this world within, but only few have discovered it. Most people living externally, and they're just being carried along by the currents of, there's a word for it. What's the word? The current affairs. That's it. It's a current, and we've just been swept away by this current, But look within, and you will find all that you need to succeed. The system will bring you into a realization of power which will be yours when you understand this relation between the world without and the world within. The world within is the cause, and the world without is the effect. To change the effect, you must change the cause. You will at once see this as, a radically new and different idea. Most men try to change effects by working with effects. They fail to see that this is simply changing one form of distress for another. To remove this cord, we must remove the cause, and this cause can be found only in the world within. All growth is from within, and this is evident in all nature. Every plant, every animal, every human is a living testimony to this great law. And the error of the ages is in looking for strength or power from outside. And this is well documented. When you're training people, this is documented. The more you look for external help, the weaker it makes you, because you're dependent on this external source. But I don't have the time to go into that, because that's a deep one right there, and I don't have the time to go into it right now. But just know that the world within is the universal fountain of supply, and the world without is the outlet to the stream. So our ability to receive depends upon our recognition of this universal fountain, this infinite energy of which each individual is just an outlet, and so one is with every other individual. We have this fountain that we could go to. Da Vinci, I believe, said, one does not go to the tap when he can go to the source. And it's true. If you know the source, you will go to the source. Recognition is a mental process. Mental action is therefore the interaction of the individual upon the universal mind. And as the universal mind is the intelligence which pervades all space and animates all living things, this mental action and reaction is the law of causation. But the principle of causation does not obtain in the individual, but in the universal mind. It is not an objective faculty, but a subjective process. and the results are seen in an infinite variety of conditions and experiences. I might be a little high. Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Recognition is a mental process. Take up Nisha, dog. Go on, bro. Still alive, staying alive, living and well. Big up yourself, bro. Hit up Chuck for me. I hear from Chuck in a while too. You know? morning. So, this is powerful, folks. Mental action is the interaction of the individual upon the universal mind. So, and this universal mind is the intelligence that pervades all. Infinite intelligence. And it animates all. So, mental action and reaction here, this is the law of causation. So, in order to express life, there must be mind. Nothing can exist without mind. And this is an understanding you must come to. And we'll successively get there. We'll get closer and closer, don't worry. Just stick with me. We're going to be going every day. So, mind, nothing can exist without it. Everything which exists is some manifestation of this one basic substance from which and by which all things have been created and are continually being recreated. You're constantly creating and recreating your body all the time. Millions of cells are dying and millions of cells are being born constantly. Which ones are dying and which ones are being born, that's up to you, determined by your state. So, recreate yourself in a beautiful way, and you can. We live in a fathomless sea of plastic mind substance. This substance is ever alive and active. It is sensitive to the highest degree. It takes form according to the mental demand. Thought forms the mold or the matrix from which the substance expresses. So remember that it is the application, it is in the application alone that the value consists, and that a practical understanding of this law will substitute abundance for poverty, wisdom for ignorance, harmony for discord, and freedom for tyranny. And certainly there can be no greater blessing than these from a material and social standpoint. I don't know what else anybody wants. People they want to be loved, they want to be happy, they want to be wealthy. What else people want? That's all they want. And they want to feel that, they want to feel abundant, they want to feel strong, and you can. But you need to apply these principles. So now, make the application. So here's what. We're going to have exercises every day. It's not going to be difficult or tough or a big thing. It's going to be very simple and it's going to be cumulative. It's going to build up. We're going to build the muscle here. So, and I'm going to be asking you all, don't come back tomorrow unless you'll do your exercise, because we're going to be building. So, this is it. Select a room where you can be alone and undisturbed. This is important. Sit erect, comfortable, but don't lounge. Let your thoughts roam where they will, but be perfectly still for 15 minutes to a half hour. And continue this. Now, as I said, this whole system is really meant to be over 6 months. But I'm compressing it down to 1 month. So it's going to be a little more intense. So usually you have a week to practice each exercise as you build on it. But for the purpose of this challenge, we're going to do it every day. So you have today, and it's not much, 15 minutes to half an hour. If you could master that. And we forget about your thinking. We're not even going to try to control that right now. All we want to do is to remain still. If you can be still for 15 minutes, you have completed the challenge. This was difficult for me when I first started years ago. Because they call me, I have ADHD. I can't sit still. When I was in school, I would always be, even if I still doing something, writing something, my foot does be going. You can't see it under the table, but it'd be moving, going. So you want to just practice being able to stay still. That's all you want to do. And you can do that. You sit up, comfortable, close your eyes. Your thoughts could roam, it will roam, your mind will wander, forget about it. You just want to stay still. And just observe it. Observe your mind and see where it goes. It'll be very interesting. Yes, your phone is a big... So what? If your phone is a big distraction, take it and throw it away. I don't mean throw it in the garbage. I mean just throw it into another room for these 15 minutes. Right? So this room you select, this is important. I'm going to give this some preface here. This room you select, this is going to be, we want to make sure and get a proper place where you will not be distracted, because this is where we're going to be building. So every exercise, you're going to go to the same room, the same place, the same seat, and you're going to sit in the same position, right, as we build. So today, you have the opportunity to select the room upon which you want to do these exercises for the rest of the month. So let your thoughts roam, but be perfectly still for these 15 minutes or half hour if you can. And just do this, right, until you secure full control of your physical being. Many will find this extremely difficult. Others will conquer it with ease. But it is absolutely essential to secure complete control of the body before you are ready to progress. So tomorrow you will receive instructions for the next step. In the meantime, you must have mastered this one. Right? So I hope I express how necessary and essential this is. Don't skip it. I'll probably post the exercise in the description when I post this video. Okay, so we've reached the end here, folks. We're gonna go and do some Q&A. I have 10 questions here, and we'll have 10 questions after every part. So, 1. What is the world without? It's like a little review to make sure you understand and remember. I mean, you can post your answers in the chat if you want as well too. I'll accept that. That'll be good. We can engage with each other as this starts to grow and get better. So 1. What is the world without in its relation to the world within? What is the world without in relation to the world within? The answer is the world without is the... My battery is trying to die on me, so I gotta finish this before. So the world without is a reflection of the world within. 2. Upon what does all possession depend? All possession is based on consciousness. Alright, so that's how we started off in the introduction. If you want power, seek the power consciousness. If you want health, seek the health consciousness. If you want happiness, seek the happiness consciousness. Whatever you want, seek the consciousness. 3. How is the individual related to the objective world? The individual is related to the objective world by the objective mind, and the brain is the organ of this mind. 4. How is he related to the universal mind? We are related to the universal mind by the subconscious mind, and the solar plexus is the organ of this mind. But the solar plexus may be a little unfamiliar to some of you, so go do a little research on it and see what you find. It might blow your mind. 5. What is the universal mind? The universal mind is the life principle of every atom which is in existence. 6. How can the individual act on the universal? The ability of the individual to think is his ability to act upon the universal and bring it into manifestation. So your ability to think is the ability to act on this universal mind. So you already have it. You could think. So you could act upon this universal. And you're already doing it. You already have all the power within. We just have been mismanaging and misusing it, abusing it. So we can change those habits. We can. And we can start now. It don't have to be one day in the future, when it all works. No. Today is day one. Today is actually day one. The first day, right, is the 1st of June. Let it be day one for you. 7. What is the result of this action and interaction? Well, the result of this action and interaction is cause and effect. Every thought is a cause, and every condition an effect. How are harmonious and desirable conditions secured? How do you secure these harmonious conditions that I speak of? Harmonious and desirable conditions are obtained by right thinking. What is the cause of all discord and inharmony and lack and limitation? Because we see that existing all around. Everywhere we look, right, we see there's all this lack and limitation. All this confusion going around. What is the cause of that? Well, discord and inharmony, lack and limitation are the result of wrong thinking. That's it. You have right thinking and you have wrong thinking. Right thinking leads to constructive results. Wrong thinking leads to destructive results. It's as simple as that. We don't need to complicate this, folks. And lastly, 10. What is the source of all power? All powers. The source of all power is the world within. The universal fountain of supply. The infinite energy of which each individual is but an outlet. So, all power is within you already, right now. You need only harmonize with it and express its beauty. And you start to see how these ideas can transform your life. So, I thank you for spending this time with me this morning. Again, for your exercise today, we want to find a room, a place that we can be undistracted for at least a half hour, and we want to practice sitting still. So that's your exercise for today. We're going to have, this is how we call it. We'll have morning mindset mastery, that's in the morning, and we'll have evening exercise execution. Evening execution exercise, whatever you want to call it. Triple M and triple E. Right? So today this is your exercise. You want to practice just sitting still. Being completely still for 15 minutes. Let's see how you manage. You come back and tomorrow and tell me how it was. How was that experience for you? I would love to hear. But this is all for today, folks. Tomorrow we will be going into part 2. So I'm excited. I am grateful. And I hope to see you there tomorrow as well, as we continue on this lovely series, the Master Key System. So the schedule for this month, that's a good question. I will be going live between 7 and 8 a.m. every day. Between 7 and 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Whatever time zone we're in right now, that's the time zone. My time is saying 7:57, so I'll be logging off here. But between 7 and 8 a.m. every morning for the month of June. And if that goes well, we'll continue for the rest of the year and see how it goes. But I think this is valuable. So I appreciate you all for coming in and joining me. I hope you'll continue to join me as we continue and progress and understand these lovely principles and start applying them. So today all you need to do is sit still for 15 minutes. So we start off very easy, very simple. Anybody could do it. It may be difficult for you, but we can do it. I assure you that you can. Right? So I appreciate you too, Tennyson. I'll see you tomorrow, brother. Pick up your whole self. And remember, we going high, we flying high, and we going fast. Because this thing was meant to last. So I will see you folks back again tomorrow. King Buju.